Hello everybody, welcome to another Transformers video review. This time I have the 2014 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Dinobot set. This set was only available at the convention, but it was also made available in small quantities at the Hasbro online store. I was actually one of the lucky ones and was able to buy one of these box sets straight from Hasbro before it sold out. As you can imagine, the size of this box is very big, and on the front it features a very nice graphic art of Age of Extinction Grimlock. I'm gonna move this towards the front, and right here we see on the left side a nice Autobot logo, and right here you can pause this and you can read it, but just so you know, it makes a reference to the artist who designed the Autobot pop-up headquarters base. Also right here it makes a reference to the Dinobots. Now, one thing about this box set, or at least the box, is that it features the exact same graphic art on the back side. Now let's get all of these figures out of the box. And this is what it looks like once we remove the box. We can see that it features a very nice Autobot logo on the front, and I'm gonna lower this down, and you can actually slide this out, and it's a very nice feature. And you can see all of the Dinobots right here. Well, they're all of them but one, and that one is actually on pre-order at Amazon.com. Now we can see Grimlock, Slug, Strafe and Snarl, and this figure has been inserted in this foam that has been specially designed so they can actually stay there in place. And this figure looks very nice, I have to tell you that, especially because they're actually painted in Generation 1 colors. And here we have the Dinobots out of the box set. As you can see, these figures are just awesome. I really like the new design of these Dinobots, especially because they're featuring a very G1 oriented paint scheme. We can see that all of these figures are very detailed and feature a lot of chrome. And unfortunately, since I do not own the original Dinobot from Age of Extinction, I will not be able to do that kind of comparison. And now I'm gonna show you the Dinobots, one at a time. And we're gonna start with Dinobot Slug, which is a homage to the Dinobot Slug from the Generation 1. We can see this figure features a very nice paint scheme and a really cool design. Now I'm gonna rotate it around real quick. And Dinobot Slug comes with these two weapons. They actually are twin swords, and we can see they do feature a really cool design, and they painted red and black. We can see they have a lot of details sculpted, and they're actually made out of a soft plastic, and as you can see they're very flexible. Now I'm gonna set this aside, and this figure looks really cool. It features a lot of chrome. Most of the head features chrome all over it. We can see a nice Autobot logo right here on the front of the head, and the design of the jaw is really cool. We can see a lot of details right here. We can see horns and some of the teeth. We can also see the nice golden yellow eyes, and the horns and the jaw is actually made out of the same soft plastic as the swords, which means that it is very flexible. We can see there's more chrome feature right here on the torso, and here's where you actually can store the swords. Now what I really like about this figure is also the design and the details, such as this right here. The front legs, they feature a lot of chrome, but they do have this very nice blue chrome design right here. So as you can see, this is a really cool exclusive figure. Now I'm gonna show you how it looks like once he's transformed into his robot mode. And here we have Dinobot Slug transforming into his robot mode. And as you can see, this figure looks just awesome. I have to admit that I really like the new design of the Dinobots, especially these ones right here, the exclusive ones, because they feature a lot of chrome and the paint scheme is just fantastic. It really is a very nice homage to the Generation 1 Dinobots. Now as you can see, this figure actually comes with these two weapons, which I already shown before, and like I said, they are actually made out of a soft rubber, and they're very cool little detailed weapons. I'm gonna set this aside. Now this figure features a lot of chrome and a lot of details. As you can see, the head of this figure is, as a matter of fact, very similar to one of the knights from the 14 or 1500s. We can see that the beast's head has been split in half, and it features a lot of chrome and makes this figure looks really nice. We can see there's more chrome right here on the forehands, and this section right here actually has a little bit of chip on the chrome, so does this one right here, and I think that was like a factory error or something like that. But other than that, I don't see any issue with the chrome of this figure. And you know that once a figure has chrome, you have to be very careful with it because you don't want to damage the chrome. Now this is what it looks like from the backside view. And like I said, these designs of the Dinobots looks really cool. Now there's more details here on the legs of this figure. Even the feet right here are kind of pointy, which makes it look really nice. Now I'm gonna set this figure here real quick, and I'm gonna bring the next Dinobot. And here we have Dinobot Snarl. As you can see, this exclusive figure looks awesome transforming to his beast mode. I really like the paint scheme. It is very G1 oriented. Now this figure has a lot of details and it features a lot of chrome. I'm gonna rotate it around real quick. As you can see, most of the chrome has been painted gold, but also features some chrome right here painted silver. You can see that the head sculpt of this figure, once transforming to his beast mode, you can see it can be moved up and down. Now this is a really cool detailed figure. I really like all of the spikes right here on the back. Now one thing is that this section right here, they left it black. I don't know why they did that. In my opinion, all of it should have been golden chrome. But it looks good the way it is. Now this is a really cool figure. This section right here with the legs is actually a clear plastic. You can see through it. I'm gonna rotate this figure around real quick. And I'm actually really happy that they gave us this Dinobot set. It looks really cool. Now this section right here is actually the weapon of Snarl, and it's made out of plastic and it looks really cool. And I'm gonna show this later once he transforms in his robot mode. Here we have Dinobot Snarl transforming to his robot mode, and as you can see, this figure looks just fantastic. I have to admit that Snarl has always been one of my favorite Dinobots, and I really like the design of this exclusive figure, not just because it features a lot of chrome, but also because it features a very G1 oriented paint scheme. This is what it looks like from the backside view. As you can see, this figure features a lot of chrome, and I think it's a really nice option. Now I'm gonna bring this closer to the camera, and all of this section is gold chrome, and it looks awesome. It has a lot of details. Now it kind of looks like if it has some kind of wings right here. Now I'm gonna rotate this figure around real quick, and this figure actually comes with two weapons or two accessories. Unfortunately, the hands of this figure cannot be don't have a lot of articulation. They can only be rotated around because they're on a swivel, but they cannot be moved up or down, and that takes some of the articulation away, especially when he's holding this weapon, because all he can do is just hold it this way, you know. But I think that's just an option. The other option is that you can actually combine these two weapons and you can make like a larger blade. But first I'm going to show you this one right here, and this actually goes pegged on the back of his beast mode. And as you can see, this chrome right here also have another factory error because it's kind of cheap right here. But all you do with this is just gonna open it up this way, and you're gonna either use it with this weapon or you can use it on his own. If you use it on his own, it's pretty much gonna be like a blade that he's gonna be holding like that. And I think it's a really cool option. It is a really cool weapon. Now the other thing you can do with this is that you can actually combine these two and use it as a larger weapon. Now I'm gonna show you that real quick. And here we have Snarl with his weapon, and as you can see, this is a really cool figure. It has a lot of details, and the weapon is really cool too. Now I'm gonna show you some of the details. We can see that the head sculpt of this figure is really cool. It features a new design on the chest. It has a lot of details sculpted right here on the plastic mold. We can see a nice Autobot logo, and the legs are just fantastic. They feature a lot of chrome. Now this section right here, the feet are also articulated. They can be moved up and down. So this is a really cool figure. Now this section right here, this plastic, and this one right here all over his arm is transparent. You can see through it. So as you can see, this figure has a lot of details and it looks just awesome. Now I'm gonna show you the next Dinobot. And here we have Dinobot Strafe, which is a homage to the Generation 1 Dinobot Swoop. As you can see, this figure has been redesigned and it features now two heads. And as you can see, this design looks really cool. I definitely like the paint job and all of the chrome that has been applied. This section right here, the tail of this figure, unfortunately it comes bended all the way because of the way it was packaged. Now as you can see, and like I mentioned, this figure has now two heads and they look really cool. They are partially articulated, they can be moved up and down, and they have a lot of details. We can see there's the Autobot logo on each of the heads right here, and this section right here, you can open it and you can actually see some more of the details right here. So as you can see, this is a really cool detailed figure. The legs of this figure, once transformed into his beast mode, they look really cool. You can see he's got like spikes all over it. I'm gonna rotate this figure around and we can see that it features a very nice design, and I really like all of the wings because it has a lot of details and it looks just awesome. We can see that it has kind of like a serrated edge and it looks really cool. Also, it has some kind of paint job applied right here and it looks awesome. Now, this figure comes with two weapons, actually three weapons. Two of them are actually mounted right here under the wings and they are actually swords. And the other one is this one right here that comes mounted right on the top of the figure Strafe. And this section, or this weapon right here, is actually very simple. And I wish that they would have made this out of chrome as well. But I think it looks good as it is. Now here, this is actually a push to release missile launcher and it looks really cool. This figure is just awesome, I have to admit that. I don't have any of the repaints of the Age of Extinction Dinobots. Honestly, I was waiting all this time for this box set. Here we have Dinobot Strafe transformed into his robot mode. As you can see, this is a really cool looking figure and it is a very nice homage to Dinobot Swoop from the Generation 1. I really like the design of this figure and it features a lot of details and a lot of chrome. Now I'm actually very glad that they painted this figure in G1 colors, or very similar to the Generation 1 colors. Strafe comes with these accessories and I'm gonna show this to you first. These are the twin swords that comes with Strafe and they are actually made out of a clear plastic. We can see it's painted red and black. Now once this figure is transformed into his beast mode, these weapons can actually be attached right here under the wings, but in robot mode you can use them as swords. And I'm gonna show you that option real quick. And like I say, all of these figures they all have really nice weapons and accessories. Now this is what it looks like holding up the swords. One thing about the hands, or the articulation of the hands, is that it is very limited. And that kind of affects the way he holds up his weapons. Now the other option is that the other weapon that comes with a Strafe is this crossbow, which is a really cool weapon. It is a push to release weapon. The only thing is that I wish they would have made this weapon out of chrome, but it looks good as it is. We have the option that we can actually attach all of these weapons together. We can put the two twin swords right underneath the crossbow. There's like a little tab right here to give this guy just a little bit more firepower, you know. Now we're gonna put this on his hand, and here we have Strafe holding up his weapon once it's combined with the other two swords. And all of the details of these figures are really nice. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show them to you closer. Now we can see that the head sculpt of this figure is really cool and it's very nice. Once you look at the chest, you can see that the two beast heads are sitting up right here, which makes this figure have three heads. Now, if you don't want this look, what you can do is you can actually fold this towards the back and just leave it there, and that will be like a personal preference of each collector. I'm gonna show that real quick, and here we have it. That's just an option. I've seen other pictures put the heads of this figure like towards the side and stuff like that, you know. Honestly, to me, it doesn't really bother me to have the two heads right here on the front of the chest. I actually think that it's kind of cool, so I'm just gonna leave it this way. Now we can see that the wings are very nice. They're actually made entirely out of chrome, and they have a lot of details right here, a lot of paint, and they have a very nice design. This figure features a lot of chrome. We can see that it has kind of like a serrated edge and it looks really cool. We can see the claws of this figure, so the wings are very nice and they're actually very articulated because they can be moved individually a part of the arm, and this section right here can be extended all the way. Now this section right here, this tail, is actually made out of soft rubber, and like I said before, it comes bended because of the way that it was packaged. And now I'm gonna show you the next Dinobot. And here we have the leader of the Dinobots, the mighty Grimlock. As you can see, this figure looks really cool. I really like this new design of Grimlock, especially because it's featuring a paint scheme that is very G1 oriented. Now I'm gonna rotate this figure around, and this version of Grimlock features a lot of chrome and a lot of details. I'm gonna show you the head sculpt of this figure, and you can see the eyes are red, and there's a lot of details right here. We can see the jaw that has a lot of teeth sculpted right here, and this is a really cool figure. Now there's a gimmick right here which allows you to automatically close the jaw, and I think it's a really cool option. Now we can see this section right here of the neck, which looks really cool. Now there's more chrome applied right here on the back section, It is actually painted red and silver, and some more right here on the back of the tail. And like I say, this new design of Grimlock looks just awesome. Now I'm gonna rotate this figure around one more time, and now I'm gonna show you the weapon of Grimlock, which is actually this one right here. It's really cool. It has a lot of spikes. Now I'm gonna set this aside, and I'm gonna show you what Grimlock looks once he transforms into his robot mode. And here we have the leader of the Dinobots, Grimlock, transforming his robot mode. As you can see, this is a really cool looking figure, and it features a very nice G1 oriented paint scheme. It does have a lot of chrome and a lot of details. This is what it looks like from the backside view, and just looking at the backside view, you can definitely see that all of the chrome applied makes this figure look so much better. Grimlock also comes with this giant weapon, which is very simple and it doesn't have any gimmicks or anything like that. I really wish that they would have made this weapon out of chrome. It would have definitely made it look so much better. Now this can be inserted right here on Grimlock's hand, and this is what it looks like when he's holding up his weapon. And I think it's a really cool weapon, you know. The only thing is that I wish, like I said, it was made out of chrome. Now I'm gonna set this aside real quick. The only thing that let me down about this figure and the Dinobots is that they don't have really good articulation for the fist. As you can see, despite the fact that it does have a swivel right here on the arm, the fists are locked in place, which means that you cannot really do anything with them. The only way you can actually articulate the fist is just by unplugging this section right here, and then you will be able to actually rotate the fist. But other than that, this figure looks great. Now I'm gonna peg this back in place because that's what actually it says on the instructions. Now I'm gonna bring it closer to the camera. We can see this figure looks awesome, and I really like the looks of this figure, and it features a very nice design. We can see that the beast head was split in half, and it features a lot of chrome, the red eyes, some of the golden paint job applied right here on the chest section, and a nice small Autobot logo right here. Now the head sculpt of this figure is totally different from the Generation 1 head sculpt of Grimlock, but it does look really cool. We can see right here more details on the legs, and it's supposed to be like an armor kind of thing, and this figure looks just fantastic, I have to tell you that. Now I'm gonna set this aside here real quick. Here we have all of the Dinobots transforming into the robot mode. I have to tell you that all of these exclusive figures look just awesome. They have a lot of details, they feature a lot of chrome, and the paint job applied is very G1 oriented. I really think that this set is a very nice homage to the Generation 1 Dinobots. Another thing that I want to mention, and this is just me, I really think that all of these Dinobots should have been a Voyager class figure, but just the way they are, they look just fantastic. And now it's time to show you the pop-up base that comes with this awesome box set. Now it's time to show you this awesome Autobot pop-up base. And actually this is a very big set and takes a lot of space, and this is why I have to do it right here on the floor. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this section right here, and I'm gonna set this aside. And like I said, this takes a lot of space, but it is actually really cool. Now this section right here, I'm just gonna unpeg this right here, and I'm gonna fold all this all the way down, and I'm gonna secure this real quick. And that's pretty much the entire process, and this is how we get this awesome pop-up Autobot box set. And here we have the pop-up base fully extended. This is a really cool playset, and it actually is very big and it takes a lot of space. In a few moments I will make a size comparison right next to Fortress Maximus and Metroplex. Now I'm gonna turn this around real quick, and this is a really cool playset. Like I said, it's very big. This is just awesome, I have to tell you that. I'm gonna rotate this around real quick, and we can see the back section of this pop-up base, which has a lot of details, and it looks great. Now I'm gonna bring all of the Dinobots, and I'm gonna show you all of the details a little bit closer. And here I have all of the Dinobots that came with this exclusive box set. I'm gonna bring the camera closer to this pop-up Autobot base, and as you can see, it is very nice and it has a lot of details, and it is pretty solid and fragile at the same time. I really like this playset. It has a lot of details. We can see in this section right here, I had two Dinobots right there. I just don't want to put too much weight because I don't want this to break. We can see it has some kind of repair bay over here, and the supercomputer Teletran 1, and it's doing like some kind of analysis on Grimlock's brain, which is pretty small. I'm sure Grimlock wouldn't like that. Now right here we have Strafe, and this is actually a helipad. Right here on the back section we have a nice image of Teletran 1 taking off. And if we pay attention, On this side right here on the left, we can actually see Soundwave that has infiltrated the Autobot base. We can see a nice Autobot logo right there on the ramp. And there's more details right here inside of this arc. And this is a really cool pop-out base. It looks awesome. And here we have the Autobot pop-up headquarters base right next to Metroplex. So as you can see, this pop-up base is really big and it is actually really cool. Now let's take another view. And here we have a side view of this pop-up headquarters base for the Autobots next to Metroplex. And as you can see, this is a really big playset. Now let's compare it right next to Fortress Maximus. And to give you a better idea of the size of this pop-up headquarters base, I have the figure Fortress Maximus. So as you can imagine, this pop-up base is really big and it looks really good. Now I'm gonna turn it around. And this is what it looks like from the backside view right next to Fortress Maximus. And like I say, this is a really cool Autobot base. The only thing is that it takes a lot of space. Now let's move Fortress Maximus out of the way. For this size comparison, I want to show you the potential of this awesome pop-up Autobot base. And as you can see, I have a lot of figures here. I have Green Giant, some of the Seekers, a few Autobots, and also I have Omega Supreme. So as you can see, the size of this pop-up base is huge. And it is an awesome representation of the Autobot arc in Mount St. Hilary. Now I'm gonna move all of these figures out of the way. Now that we have seen these exclusive Dinobots and the awesome pop-up Autobot base that comes from these boxes from the San Diego Comic-Con 2014, I have to tell you that this box set was a good investment. As you saw it when I made the size comparisons, the size of this pop-up base is huge. It has a lot of details. It was very well designed. My only concern is that it is fragile, and if you don't take good care of it, it will break over time. Also, the Dinobot figure looks great. I really like all of the chrome apply. They have a lot of details and they were very well designed. So as you can see, this is a really cool exclusive box set. And with this, I conclude this Transformers video review of the 2014 San Diego Comic-Con Dinobot set. This is Magnetar Prime. Until next time. If you like this Transformers video review, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Magnetar Prime, or stop by my Facebook page, Magnetar Prime Reviews. This is Magnetar Prime. Until next time.